Okay, it's the 5th of July. Luckily, no fires got started by all the fireworks last night. Were not supposed to be any, but a lot of people didn't go ahead and obey the local rules here. Anyhow, I worked on this amplifier yesterday, and I pulled out the old electrolytics, and there they are. Those two guys there, made by Ambassador. I have no idea who that is. It's not a main manufacturer of them, and they're both the same. They're both made by the same company. And I replaced those with the double 35 I had. So, and then Jack, a vintage electronics geek, he actually found a Christmas special in 1958. He found the advertisement for this Allegra amplifier that I'm working on. Same one. It's down here. It includes the speaker, the turntable, and the amplifier itself. And that's a pretty good price for back then. Of course, that was a lot more money back then too. Gotta figure $139.50. Yeah, that would have been equivalent to more like about $800 now, from 1958 to now. Inflation going up and all. But yeah, he found that, so thanks to Jack on that one. And well, I wired this thing up first, and I did test it out this morning. And something happened that wasn't supposed to. I had an arc over on a printed circuit board on the back. I heard it started with some buzzing, and then I could see through one of the printed circuit board, I could see through one of the holes, there was something sparking underneath there. So I flipped it over real quick, and it looked like there was a trace, part of a trace missing, and it was jumping. The voltage was jumping across that trace, causing all that noise. I said, oh jeez. So anyhow, I put a bodge wire in there, and I soldered that back up. But apparently while I did that, I blew a fuse. In this thing it has a 1 amp fuse, so apparently that caused the thing to blow the fuse out. So it's a slow blow 1 amp fuse, so luckily I found a couple of them. So I replaced it. Sure enough, came back on again. So I'm going to show you what that does. I'll show you where I worked on this thing. Hopefully this battery won't completely die on me. I've used the same batteries for like 4 or 5 times, so I normally use rechargeables. Come on, baby. Yeah, time to get down. And Goofus here found a squirrel. Well, he found the squirrel. The squirrel got away. But the squirrel has decided that he found a new place to find food. Turned out to be my neighbor's chicken coop. She's got 3 chickens and a duck. So let's see if I can do this. It's not on now anyway, but probably mess everything up. Anyway, small little spot. I'll use my pointer. Right there is where I had to go. And that. I have a bodge wire in there. It was arcing across just right here. I don't know why it did that, but apparently it was one spot. It was just one little spot, and it was just arcing over. And it made a bunch of noise. So now, since I've replaced a fuse, we're hoping this will work now. Of course, it may not. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, we're going to have to check and make sure everything's connected again. Oh yes, in the top, there's the wired in capacitor. Notice I did use tie wraps. There's no masking tape, there's no electrical tape on it. I used tie wraps to hold it on there, so it's solidly mounted on there. I rewired it. That's it. So now let's see these guys. Okay, so that. Now what about the speaker? Make sure the speaker wires aren't touching. And alright. Now I got the Variac, and I'm not going to turn it up all the way in case this thing decides to blow again. Well, let's see. Wait a minute. You can't even tell if the light's on. Although, wait a minute. There we go again. There we go. Now you can see that that's on there. Let me see if I can see if this does anything with the phono now. Yep. And a little bit of a difference in a lot of hum compared to just about nothing. So I would say that was my problem. So what have we learned from this? What we learned is electrolytics, you can have trouble with electrolytics, you can also have problems with traces on boards, but you still should be able to get the thing to work no matter what. And what I got to do next is I'll have to figure out something to hook this up to, turntable or something, to try to better test. But for right now I just wanted to make sure that my bodge wire worked. Nothing's overheating. All the tubes are fine. And so anyhow, there you are. So, but apparently it was not that. It's kind of expensive, but only because of the year. Now this is from 1958, so it is 8 years younger than I am. So it's 61 years old instead of 69 like me. So anyway, so it looks like that's going to work, and I'll have to figure out something else to plug it into, because it's got a auxiliary tuner on it. It has a couple other positions, so I'll have to test out. So anyhow, there you are. That's going to be it for today. As the battery sinks slowly in the west. We'll see you guys later.